Kind of a quick response video to some guy. Have to find his page here. That's not it. Where the hell is it? Somebody stole it. No, that ain't it either. Uh-oh, we got big trouble here. I'm gonna get fired. Okay, that's not a short video after all. Okay, this is
Hi Inmendum, my name is Justin. I've seen you called Gary in a few different videos and but I mean I don't know you personally, so I'm not going to call you by your name. I'll just call you by your screen name. I was referred by your site here on YouTube to a different one called Do Not God, which displayed a bunch of art videos that actually have no audio, but that were interesting and which I compliment. And another, which is called The Boobs of the Tubes, which here I'm going to critique pretty heavily. First, because it's an exploitation of the female body insofar as it's enticing us as an audience.
Well, okay, let's not get into what it's doing, because, you know, that's going to be completely subjective to the individual. And the exploitation thing, I mean, that's an interesting word, exploitation. You know, so you're saying, you know, is the David exploitation? You know, come on. I mean, what's exploitation? I mean, the Sistine Chapel with the nudies up on the ceiling. I mean, obviously their genitals are almost invisible. But anyway, I mean, you know, the female form is considered by many to be art. So, yeah, I just don't, you know, it's like, okay, you're saying some parts are and some parts aren't. You know, that's what I don't know what there's nothing I can say to you. I'm just saying, tell you subjectively. Even before I was an artist, I say, yeah, looking at naked women kicks ass. Okay, I like it. Yeah, it's a good thing. Exploitation, I don't buy that.
Well, I guess what you would hope. Pay attention or be present on account of this giant cunt behind your face when you're speaking.
Yeah, well, that's not what it was for. I mean, I think I did explain in that video, or at least I explained in other videos, that, you know, it's not on YouTube, it is on the website. I mean, obviously YouTube wouldn't let me have a giant cunt behind my head. You know, because I want to do more of those videos. I mean, to me, there's nothing, when we're doing this communicating thing, I mean, looking at my stupid face isn't very appealing. You know, and so I don't really have, I mean, I sort of like the idea of something happening in the video to keep the visual interest, and I don't see anything really wrong with that. I mean, there's little dead parts, you know, in every video. Like if I'm watching your video, you could say something like really good, and then you'll say some shit, well, I already know that crap, all right, and you'll be saying, talking, and I'll be saying, you know, what am I going to do while you finish up your boring, stupid crap that I already know, before you might get to some other little interesting point. And so it's sort of like, yeah, give me something to do, and then if you start saying something really interesting, okay, I'll pay attention to what you're saying, but then I'll start looking at the background and whatever. And I mean, that's all. I mean, it wasn't done for any other intention. I wasn't just saying, oh, I'll have to attract people to this video. I mean, it was put on the website. There's nobody going there. I mean, it's not for exploitation purposes. It's just, to me, it's a little bit of a, I like the art of mixing these things.
And also, it's exploiting in that women aren't just a big giant pussy. I mean, can you imagine going into a ballet class and picking up your wife, your daughter, your whoever, and they're seeing a giant cock behind the instructor? And
well, look, we know the practical realities, okay? I mean, if women had the same interest in the visual male form, you know, in looking at men, then maybe that would be the way the reality would be. Maybe women would like to have, you know, naked men on the walls. But women aren't men. Men and women are different. Their psychology is different. And maybe men aren't the same animal anymore, okay? Yeah, maybe I'm a primitivist. You know, maybe I'm a backward male. And that's okay. You can call me that. I'm a crude male. But yeah, it's, you know, there's nothing I like better, you know, than looking at a pretty woman naked. I mean, you know, I have this little picture frame running all day, and all it is pictures of naked girls. You know, and it runs 24/7, you know, right here on my desk, to please me. And so what can I say? That's who I am. That's what I like. And so I put a video up that I like. I wish somebody else made them, and then I could watch their videos.
The instructor excusing that big giant boner dick with the idea that, oh, it's just an intermediate means of imparting knowledge. I mean, that would just be so unacceptable to do that. And for evident, self-evident fact, I mean, it doesn't take this big, giant, profound philosophical exploration of the human story for us to fathom why there aren't big, giant cocks behind instructors when they're speaking. I mean, it's just bullshit.
Yeah, it's not. It's like I said, I don't think it's entirely bullshit. I think there is something to it. I mean, to me, it's it just really. I mean, I'm usually speaking about the whole mechanisms of our psychology and the world we're creating and what we're made out of and what we're about. And to me, it just sums it up so well. I mean, we are about the biology. We are about the mission of the DNA. And, you know, this completely meaningless things that we find deep meaning in because of what they make us feel. I mean, but objectively, they're nothing, okay? They're only something because of what we make them inside of our psychology. And to me, that's a really interesting fact of our existence. So I don't see the crime in it.
Shit, you don't need that if people are going to envisage, to understand, to learn, to critique, to have questions about, etc., whatever it is you're saying. And further, I mean, what does that really say about what you yourself are saying? That it's some super meta knowledge that, I mean, maybe it says that what you're saying is hollow. Why else would you have?
Well, like I say, I mean, that can be your interpretation. I mean, I'm still going to make this argument. I have a lot of offensive nuances to my personality, apparently. A lot of people find me objectionable. But in my opinion, when I think it through, I don't think intelligence could do that or would do that. I mean, intelligence would go to another planet and it could be some kind of snot puke monster. I mean, that's all they do all day is, you know, snot flies out of them. And an intelligence would say, well, I'm not going to run away because it's offensive. No, I'm going to communicate with it. It might say something I need to hear. And so if somebody doesn't think I'm capable of saying something they want to hear, fine. That's a conclusion they've drawn. But I think intelligence is going to say, if intelligence thinks I have something to say, it's not going to be put off by my presentation. That intelligence is not offendable. Okay, it really can get past that shit. So I just don't buy the argument that this matters. And in my opinion, for some people, it's an aid to making absorption of knowledge more interesting. Is it something I need to do? No. It's something that I just find as a part of my character, and so why not expose that part of my character? Why not be honest about it?
A big giant pussy behind it if it were so subliminal. You know, if it required such concentration and utter, we just can't get it. I mean, that's just not how it works. So I think it's a really big insult, first to your audience, to what you yourself are saying, and to women in general, to even have anything like that behind you. It's called obscenity. It has no artistic affiliation whatsoever.
Well, see, that's where, like I said, we're just going to fundamentally disagree. I mean, to me, it's a magnificent piece of art. If art is supposed to, I mean, it's all, like I say, how you define art. Okay, it's you know, I like it better than trees, and I like it better than a beautiful landscape. So I don't, you know, it's all depends, like I said, on what you consider art, what you consider beautiful, and it's okay for us to disagree. And I'm sorry if you, like I said, the offensive thing, but and like I say, even if women find it offensive, I don't know what to say to that. Okay, I mean, I didn't point a gun at women and say take your clothes off. All right, I mean, women do that because some women appreciate it also, or maybe they're just doing it for money. But whatever the reason is, it's there. It's to me, it's a good metaphor, and to me, I don't know. I don't know what I can say beyond just defending yeah, okay, that's who I am. I like it. Whatever. So I think we're done.
So, totally disagree with it, man.
Okay, it's disagreement acknowledged. I don't know what to say to it other than, yeah, I don't. It's not obscene to me, and it's not a violation to me. It's a, it's to me it does have meaning, and it's a good rebooter of perspective. Yeah, maybe. Or maybe that's all just a rationalization. I don't know. Sorry, the video wasn't as short as I intended.